All right, guys, red alert to World Series action coming at you. Blitz, Pro Division, couple of killers in here on the Bongo map, event number 17. Semifinals here. We got Luke the Jedi in red out of the US of A on the left side, facing off against the dynamic Dino in yellow out of Canada on the right side. Here are those brackets for you guys, and you might notice the dynamic Dino busting ass across the bottom there, picking up 2 impressive wins. This is his pro debut, coming through semi-pro last month. He's been in semi-pro D1 for the last couple months, making some noise. This month we moved him up. We thought he was ready for it, and he has proven that he was taking down both Zed and Marsh in very, very impressive games. Dynamic Dino is the player to watch right now. Of course, Luke. Luke is kind of another class. We've talked about that before. You know, in the Pro Division, there's kind of those top 4 kind of players. You got the Kian, the Marco, Latov when he's playing Quas, when he's playing, you know, Legend, Luke. Those guys are kind of the real deal on this end of the bracket. So again, but some impressive wins. Both Marsh and Zed, very strong Blitz players. So Dynamic already has proven a lot. But this is where things are really going to get interesting, and I love this aggression from Dynamic. It's so tempting against a player who's, you know, better or higher ranked. It's so tempting to try to sit back or try to drone or deso or tech, slow things down. But of course, if you sit back and play their game, they're only going to get ahead. So I like this from Dynamic coming right at Luke here. You love to see it. And Dynamic flexing a little bit here on the map, going to get in and grab that genetic mutator. A lot of these top guys, you know, they don't play as much quick match. They don't get as many reps playing the map. So it's possible that Luke not fully familiar with that genetic mutator or hasn't prepped an opening to capture it. So Dynamic now has that. Let's see what he can get done. Luke matches that topside split with more tanks. 2 war factories for Dynamic. I don't know. Dynamic has two war factory advantage. Oh, but kind of bungles this position on the top side. Goes back to his sentry guns and does hold. But you see Dynamic just struggling a little bit here with the cross-map action. The splits, that's one of those things where you do expect to see the higher level player getting more value. So Luke chased down those few tanks, but Dynamic had a second war factory for quite a bit longer. Luke now going to bring some Desos to the front lines to try to slow things down. The Gat mobiles are out, and if you guys are unfamiliar, these are Gatling tanks that paradrop in. They turn into pillboxes, and they are about 40% more interesting sounding than they actually are in practice. Luke now with the tank split on the top side, and plenty of Desolator Sentry Guns to hold this choke point. Conscripts down the middle. This Gatmobile should hit the Battle Lab. The Gatmobile could almost get that Battle Lab, to be honest. It's not going to get the MCV. Conscripts throwing... Oh, I love this demo truck. Would love that demo truck. But it's this, oh, nice. Takes out the bunker. Okay, nice. Now both players in the water. Dynamic doesn't have a Battle Lab yet, though. Oh, Dynamic should go in and clean up. He's going to clean up. Oh, the Desolator doesn't get down. Oh, that Desolator doesn't get down. That's huge. A Dreadnought is out, and Dynamic building subs to counter. That Desolator was mid-deso spike. Oh, but they're not going to happen again. Oh, it happens again. It happens again! The second Desolator gets denied, and now Dynamic is over that radiation, but he is out-tanked, I think. He uses the genetic mutator. The genetic mutator, can the brutes keep him alive? He's still so heavily out-tanked, and it's so crazy to see these positions. You swear Dynamic got lucky twice there, like massively lucky twice, and he makes it through. He takes the Battle Lab, and that's why you call him the Dynamic Dino. If it sounds like I'm playing favorites right now, I am absolutely playing favorites. Luke, great player. Love working with Luke. Love watching him play. I am always cheering for the underdog, and in this position, the Dynamic Dino is the radical underdog, and right now, he is winning the naval battle, and the Dreadnought is feasting, and oh my goodness gracious, what a day to be alive, boys. All right, the Dreadnought can actually pound these Desolators. He needs to keep the Dreadnought out of radiation. He could pound those Desolators. A couple drones is all we need. But honestly, Dynamic just has to not completely boondoggle this position. He just has to slow things down. Just slow things down. Don't make any blunders. He's so far ahead. He's 4 war factories to 1. He's going to go topside now. He wants that nuclear reactor, and I don't blame him. I'd like to see Dynamic get a few drones out just so that his Dreadnoughts can keep getting value. He does dive on that nuclear reactor. So now... And Luke's still not low power, actually, which is interesting. This isn't... I don't love this push here. He's not radically out tanking. This is definitely a losing, this is a potentially losing position here. His reinforcements are catching so much radiation. Oh, but the brutes, the genetic mutator. Hey, rule number 1, don't question the dynamic dino. What am I talking about? Why am I questioning the dynamic dino? Everything he's doing right now is stressing me out so much because he could just be slowing down this position. He's up a genetic mutator. He's up an iron curtain. He's really, really stressing me out. I'm going to get a heartbeat monitor. I got a heartbeat monitor coming in the mail, and it's going to show my heartbeat next to me. And then you guys, that'll be like the hype bar. You guys can tell how excited I am. I'm not really sure what that's actually going to accomplish, but I think it'll be kind of funny. You never know. I'm so stressed out. Okay, War Factory goes down. Is there any way that... The thing is, Dynamic could lose this game. Honestly, as long as Luke has an MCV... Okay, you gotta think that's the beginning of the end. Oh my god, these Desolators. The Dynamic freaking Dino. This is a scary amount of Rhinos. Like, Dynamic doesn't really have that much in his base right now. Okay, Dynamic's going drones. This is a kind of a scary amount of Rhinos right now. And Dynamic is trying to go over this radiation to get into a base trade. There's no reason to base trade here. He's so far ahead. So he's taking a base trade, which is exactly what Luke wants. Iron Curtain's ready. So Dynamic has the Iron Curtain. Okay, so the drones on the backside. This is his last War Factory. Last War Factory goes down. He can use a defensive Iron Curtain. He can Iron Curtain. Okay, he's going to Iron Curtain the MCV. Force shields the War Factory. This is still... Where are the drones at? Where are the drones? Okay. Okay, alright. Oh my god. I was so stressed out. I was so stressed that Dynamic was going to blunder that. I was so stressed. Oh my god, both Gatmobiles. Both Gatmobiles are in. The Gatmobiles! Oh my god, just when I tell you guys, what did I say? Gatmobiles don't matter? The 2-pack Gatmobiles. That's the new meta. They take out the War Factory. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Surely this game is over. Wait, 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 he has the genetic... Luke got the genetic mutator? Oh my god, this one Desolator camping the barracks right now. Oh my god, the Gats. The Gatmobiles are doing work. I don't think Dynamic is not building tanks. He could build a Dreadnought. Where's the Dreadnought? Where's the Dreadnought? Oh my god. Oh, the demo truck. That is hilarious. Okay. Now that the demo... Okay. Now Luke quits. Point number 2. And, yeah, I mean, that position, that was just so... I mean, I was just so stressed out for Dynamic to convert that position. Any of you guys who have played this game, you know, obviously, when you're ahead, you know, being ahead is not easy. It's similar to chess, you know, like even when you get ahead, converting that final position, getting in checkmate without blundering pieces, it can be so difficult, particularly against a player like Luke, who is just so slippery. In those late game positions, like as long as Luke has a breath of air in his lungs, he always has a chance to try to make you pay. And you saw the way Luke was using those Desolators and things like that. And now Dynamic, I was worried he was gonna slip. You know, I thought he was gonna slip at the end there. But of course, that's what it takes to get here. Like if you Dynamic beating Zed and Marsh, you know, he has that mindset. He has the mindset you need in those late game scenarios, you know, to open with that aggression, to go right at Luke, to not be timid, and then that late game to keep up on so many different things. Like, very, very impressive here, but that was Soviet versus Soviet. Now over to Allied versus Allied in these Allied versus Soviet matchups. That can really be Luke's strong suit. We've seen what Luke can get done, his ability to push Eagles and get value with all of the tools in the kit for the Allied player can be very scary. Dynamic is going to bring the Prism Walk here. This Prism Walk, yeah, we've seen it get a lot done. We've seen it go both ways on this map. We've seen players win with it. We've seen players go broke. We've seen players get backdoored. It can go both ways. I think he's about to go Destroyers. He does not have the money for that, though, right? Yeah, and but Dynamic Dino, you know, getting his nickname as a dynamic player, we've also seen him prove to be a very, very strong allied player, and he gets that second Prism Tower up. You say Luke sell off the Prism Tower, obviously you're not going to win a 1v2. Now, Dynamic wants to get a Destroyer in this fight, and use a Destroyer to start going at these buildings, and it's a great idea if he can do it, but Destroyers aren't cheap, and of course, Prism Walking isn't cheap, and if he wants to go Eagles, that's not cheap. He builds a Cruiser! He builds a Cruiser! Why did he build a Cruiser? The Cruiser comes out for God knows what. I mean, I guess anti-air, but I guess that's not a bad idea. Just a little bit surprising. Like I said, I'm not one to question the Dynamic Dino. Offensive paradrops from both players, see what they can get done. AFK paradrop top right. Luke will not let his paradrop go AFK for long, though this backdoor one. Couple juicy targets there. He's got the AFC, he's got the power plant, but both players a little too busy on the front lines right now as Dynamic gets in and grabs that power plant. This paradrop is really stressing me out, though. Again, it can start melting buildings so quickly, but he's on the backside of the MCV. They're using their pistols. Deploy. Oh my God. Now both players, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Luke loses his MCV. Luke loses the MCV. This paradrop, pillbox to match the paradrop on the left side. Sniper IFV out. He's gonna get that. Oh, he's gonna, if he doesn't get the barracks, but there's 2 barracks anyway. The demo crate is out. Oof, the MCV goes down, but the fat lady is not singing yet. Luke on Battle Lab, 2 War Factories, AFC, and 2 barracks. So everything he needs to continue on in this game, except money. Luke deadass broke right now. These 3 Prism Towers firmly locking off this choke point, though. Paradrop on the backside. And again, Dynamic just needs to look to slow this position down. Gonna grab that oil. Gonna grab that oil. Does. There's a Patriot missile in there. The Patriot missile stays alive. Paradrop, and that paradrop still causing some issues on the back side here, and this is, oh my God, it's like being a knife fight in a dark room with an octopus. A lot of things coming at Dynamic all at once, but he's handling it nicely here. The Elite IFV gets on the backside, and Dynamic is going to need to make something happen here quick, needs to get rid of that Elite IFV. Oh, that Elite IFV gets so much done. Elite IFVs, definitely the most annoying unit in the game. They are so fast, they pummel buildings, and look at that, melts those IFVs, and just like that, oh, could he get the AFC? Could he get the AFC? Oh, he gets the AFC, but the Elite IFV is taking out Dynamic's entire base right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dynamic has to do so. Elite IFVs are out of control. Oh my God, it still has full health. This Elite IFV just won this entire game. And Luke, almost, you gotta think Luke gonna be snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat now. Brings the Rockies to the top side. There's no anti-air in this group. Luke up on Grizzlies. Gotta think this is the beginning of the end here for Dynamic. And that Elite IFV just took out his entire freaking base. Now Dynamic's stuck trying to build IFVs for anti-air. That's gonna put him behind on Grizzlies. Oh, Dynamic has enough tanks to hang here, and Luke with some questionable unit control. He had a massive Grizzly advantage, though. I think it will carry over. That MCV is going down, though. The MCV goes down. The Elite Grizzly comes out. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. And as the dust settles here at the 5-minute mark on an absolutely wild game. Oh, my God, the demo truck. The demo truck. The demo truck. Oh, my God, Luke doesn't see it. I don't think Luke sees it. Luke sees it. Oof. Wow. And Luke is low power, which is interesting. Oh my God, the Elite IV. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Elite IFVs are just nuts. And as the dust settles, yeah, Dynamic down to a barracks and a war factory. Of course, Luke on significantly more here. 2 Gat mobiles into the heart of the enemy base here. Oh, man. And that's a frustrating one, but very, very impressive play from Luke. Very tough last point. Yeah, the momentum killer. Yeah, that can certainly happen. You know, in a series like this, you know, losing a point's not that big of a deal, right? That's part of the game. But losing a game that you think you're ahead on, particularly by a annoying feature, such as an Elite IFV, it really does something to your psyche. I mean, obviously, you guys have played games before. Losing sucks, but losing to something like that, it just does something to your soul. Of course, that's what kind of defines you as a player. And at the top level, you're the kind of guy who's going to bend or break after a game like that. Personally, I would break the keyboard and quit and never talk to any of you guys again. But the Dynamic Dino, obviously, he's not that kind of guy. He's gonna come out here. Dynamic Dino, he's the kind of guy. He's like slapping a lion in the face. He's gonna come even harder now. He's ready. He's ready to rock and roll. Dynamic Dino going right down, stretching across that center line again. And this time, Luke going to be the one to grab the Genetic Mutator. The Genetic Mutator, I actually like the Genetic Mutator as a center super weapon. I think the major super weapons, the timers and the power are maybe too... They take a little too much, you know what I mean? Whereas like the Genetic Mutator, man, the timer on that thing is quick. Like that thing gets it done. Oof. Sits on a little bit of radiation there, so zoning out nicely with that. Dives on that barracks. And a little bit slow on the click there as Luke went for that barracks. Luke was able to get the barracks unscathed. Now the Grizzlies go down. This is going to be a fast one for Luke. Now way too many rhinos uncontested. Yeah, little misclicks like that. Dynamic put himself a little bit out of position. Luke switched to the barracks. Dynamic switched. Luke switched the barracks. Dynamic dove in. You guys know the story. Fast one there for Luke. All right, now over to point number 4. Tough one. Oh man, you guys, you got to feel it. You got to feel for Dynamic in here. That second game could have been his. And then the third game, Luke gets a quick one up on him. Now Dynamic playing Soviet versus Luke's allied. The GI rush is coming. There's multiple things to be concerned about. Okay, first, the GI rush is coming. Assuming you get lucky, which would require sentry guns up on this hill probably about 3 minutes ago. This isn't going to work. These sentry guns need to be on. The sentry guns need to be up on the hill, I think. Dives right in with one rhino. Pillbox out now. He's going to try to run him over. Oh. The GI rush. I think the GI rush is a little too strong on this map. I don't know. We've seen players deny it. We've seen it work. It's certainly been getting value, though. We've certainly seen a lot of GI rushes. It's interesting to note the different mechanics, though. Like I said, normally a map like this, like I added the sandbags to prevent the GI rush down the middle. That was the idea there. I didn't think about this. It's this higher ground, like this looping higher ground along the outside that creates so many issues. Hey, as I say that, Dynamic lives to fight another day. This game rolling on. Could Dynamic give us a barn burner? Is it possible? Do you guys believe? PMA, positive mental attitude. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Come on, Dynamic Dino. Put on a show. We got to burn some barns. Dynamic dead broke. Luke dead broke. Okay, GI's to hold the line now. Dynamic pushing here. Oh, okay. I'm like so stressed out right now. All right, so what is the move now? GGIs from Luke. We've seen Luke use these GGIs before to outrange sentry guns, outrange bunkers, which can be very annoying. Oh, edging along the outside now with one sentry gun. Now, here's the big thing, guys. The demo truck. Now, we saw an almost identical scenario in Luke's series versus Osama. Osama had center control here. The demo truck came out, and he wasn't able to get it done. But if he can get this demo truck, drive right in the heart. Demo truck's out. Okay. He can send right down the gut. Luke's out of position. Demo truck coming. The Prism Tower's out. The demo truck is now in his group of units. It's gonna... Oh, it takes out the barracks. You gotta think it did some splash damage. The Dynamic Dino's feasting. The GI's left to defend. 5 rhinos behind enemy lines. No way. Let's go, boys. Let's burn the barn. He's diving on the MCV. The MCV goes down. The Dynamic freaking Dino. Okay, now, Luke, we've seen him accomplish a lot more with a lot less. Certainly, the game's not over yet. He does have the AFC, the barracks, and the war factory. So, yeah, he needs to cut off one more. If he just gets one more building, the GIs are out of position. He's gonna dive on the AFC. Oh my God. Paradrop back of Dynamic's base. Dynamic pulls out. The AFC stays alive. Dynamic, oh, I'm sweating. I am sweating so hard for Dynamic. Oh my God. Wait. He goes for the War Factory. The paradrop on the back of Dynamic's base. No. Desolators to the front lines. The GI's on the move. They're going to get an oil. Dynamic in the water. I don't know why he's in the water. Okay, the oil goes down. The Eagles are hunting. A flak boat is out. That oil takes... Oh. I would just quit if I was Dynamic. I mean, you got to think this is a very winning position for him. It's just too stressful. Just the best thing to do is quit. He should go kill that sniper with his flak boats. He's now building flak boats. Another bunker. Dynamic, all Dynamic has to do is slow things down, right? I mean, he's up an MCV right now at the 4-minute mark, and Luke didn't get his second AFC out. Oh, he suicides it. Oh, it doesn't take the War Factory. Damn, that was sick. So it does take 5 Eagles to take out an oil, but if you crash all your Eagles in, you can take it out. So very, very nice. So the GIs now, look at the flak boats. Oh, damn, the flak boats kind of doing work on those GIs. I forget they're good anti-infantry. Dynamic, you got to do something about these paradrops, man. I am literally taking years off my life right now. There are years coming off my life in real time. Sniper IFV's doing work. Oh my god, the paradrop's still alive. The paradrop's still alive. Oh, he's radiating his own tanks. Oh no. He just radiated all of his own tanks. There's 2 elite GIs in that group. All of those tanks just sat on radiation for so long. He's got to go drones. I think the demo truck's out. Oh my god, Dynamic's entire army got radiated. He still is up in MCV. He's still up in... Oh my god, the flak boats are doing work. Oh, oh my god. Okay, so here's the problem. The snipers are taking out the desolators. He needs to get the desolators behind a wall or something. I don't really know. I don't know. You got to try to build a wall. You got to try to build a wall and get desolators behind a wall, or else the elite sniper IFV. Oh my god, the GI's rolling through. Mark J. Fox with the raid. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. You guys are just in time. I think you're about to see the very end of a series. I don't know. It's a wacky game. Okay, the desolators are now behind a wall. Oh my god. You guys, Dynamic is still up in MCV right now. He's still up in MCV. If Dynamic can just slow this down, he's up in MCV. He could try to go for the back door. Does he go for the back door? Now, desolators behind the wall cannot be sniped. Wait, they can't. Wait, what? How? Why? How is that sniper shooting over? Oh, because it's on higher elevation? Or wait. Oh, the walls didn't work because the sniper's on a hill. Oh my god. He's got to try to go drones, I think. The elite IFV's doing work. Oh, what a wacky series. He's got to go drones. He's got to go drones and try to drone this IFV, I think. Now, no more desolators. The radar goes down. And what an absolutely absurd series. Dynamic's still up in MCV, you guys. He's still up in MCV. The problem is Dynamic's base is so small right now. He's going to bring a little bit of a split. So Dynamic's going to go for a split. I think Dynamic should be droning. I think he should be droning. I think he's behind right now on tanks. Well, he is way behind on tanks. The Desolator gets down. Dynamic quits out. Luke takes it.
Here,